Guys, today we will see some coding decoding based problems from the Arunachal PCS 2024 CSAT paper. Coding based problems I will categorize as easy to moderate. Everyone should attempt these problems. But it requires practice also, though they are easy, because different coding problems involve different kind of logic. So today we will see some different logics involved in different problems. So let's take question number 43 first. So first of all, always focus on what is given and what is being asked. So what is given in the question? Two codes are given and one code is given for solving, that is decoding. Example are that KOZRM is standing for plain, and one more example is given that NLFHV stands for mouse. Right? So sometimes they will give just one code, but it is good that they have given two examples, so you can always cross check your logic in both the examples. Your logic should satisfy both codes. And then the question is asking you the code, that what this GIZXV stands for. So why this question is tricky? Because we apply traditional logic here, that is of shifting letters. That we try to see that K might be shifted some places to become P. Because ABCD has certain sequence where there is an order of letters, where A is the first letter, B is the second, and so on. Up to Z, there are 26 letters. So if we try to see the shift here, that K is shifting to P, then there is a big jump, like K, L, M, N, O, P. So there is a shift of almost 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 places jump is there. But if I come to next letter, that is O to L, if I see, then यहाँ पे तो reverse हो रहा है ना. So that cannot be the case. That at one place there is a jump of +5, and at another place there is a jump of -3. So there is no consistency. Consistency नहीं है logic में. And if K has jumped to P, but it is not the case here also. Both the examples should be same, but here though N is going to M, reverse back जा रहा है ना. So my shifting logic is not working here. That shifting letters is not the case here. So what is the case here, or what is happening here, that we have to decode? I'm clearing it once again. So what is happening here is a very typical thing that is called reversing of letter, that you will understand by the examples that I'm writing. If you focus on Z, Z is the last letter in the ABC and A is the first letter in the ABC. है ना? यही होता है. That is, if I say A is first, B is second. So when I go to Z, Z is 26th. Or there is a different way of looking. If I rank from the bottom से अगर आप रैंकिंग स्टार्ट करोगे तो Z क्या हो जाएगा? फर्स्ट हो जाएगा. Z become first and A become the last or 26th. There is reverse counting also sometimes in letters, and here the question is about the reverse counting, because Z is the last, that is first from the last, and A is first from the beginning. क्रॉस चेक भी कर सकते हो. You can always cross check to take some small letter. Small letter, like suppose there is another code that is given to us, NLFHV. So let's write this code also. NLFHV is becoming mouse. ये माउस बन रहा है, तो इसमें से छोटा लेटर ये ले लेते हैं F. F is a small letter in ABC because it is in the beginning. तो 6th होता है, 6th. So by the reverse logic, है ना, बाई रिवर्स लॉजिक दिस शुड बी सिक्स्थ फ्रॉम द लास्ट, है ना, ये अगर लास्ट से सिक्स्थ है तो देन वी कैन से दिस क्वेश्चन इज बेस्ड ऑन, है ना, क्रॉस चेक हो जाएगा। तो देख लेते हैं रिवर्स में अब आपको यू कहाँ पे आता है, थोड़ा सा एबीसी, है ना, अगर लिखें आर एस टी यू वी डब्ल्यू एक्स वाई जेड, सो जेड इज फर्स्ट फ्रॉम द लास्ट, वाई विल बी सेकंड, so on, if I write yes it is sixth place पे आ रहा है, so this condition is satisfying कि यहाँ पे रिवर्स पोजीशन है ना, यहाँ पे जो पोजीशन है इन दी टॉप कोड, in the bottom code it is just the reverse position. So how we will write the code for GIZXV that is given, है ना, हमें तो ये निकालना है इसका GIZXV. Now we know that there is a reverse position of letter, and I know that G is the which position है ना, I can check it. G is the seventh position. ये यहाँ तक सिक्स था, this is the seventh position. So from the reverse I can also see seventh. For that I have to write whole ABC J K L M N O P, है ना, ये सारा लिखोगे W X Y. So what is the seventh? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 is the T. Reverse से seventh आ रहा है T. So corresponding to G it should be T. That is coming in the option D, है ना, it is starting for T. क्रॉस चेक करना है तो एक और लेटर का देख लो B, या इसका, है ना, R तो सेम है काफ़ी में, ग्रेस में भी क्रेज में भी, तो कोई और लेटर चेक कर लेते हैं, E भी सब में सेम है। क्रॉस चेक करने के लिए ये पोजीशन डिफरेंट है ना, ये पोजीशन डिफरेंट आ रही है in some of the cases, but we have to be sure. So let's take X or any letter you want to check. X की पोजीशन फ्रंट से देख लो कितनी है, you can count it, but it is very far, है ना, बट आपको पता है 26 लेटर होते हैं, तो Z तक 26 होते हैं, तो ये 24th पोजीशन है बेसिकली फ्रॉम द फ्रंट, है ना, फ्रंट से 24th है, क्योंकि Z इज 26 लेटर. और यू कैन राइट ऑल्सो, यू कैन नंबर एंड यू विल चेक, है ना, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 23 और ये 24 आ जाएगा. ऑलराइट, ओके. सो इफ आई नाउ सी द 24th पोजीशन फ्रॉम द रिवर्स, क्योंकि हमें तो इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग रिवर्स देखना है जो कि आना चाहिए सी, तभी हम डी पे श्योर हो सकते हैं ना. तो इफ यू गो रिवर्स, सो आई कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दिस इज द फर्स्ट, है ना, ये और दिस, और ये 26 हो जाएगा, ये 26 हो जाएगा, तो 24th कौन सा होगा, सी हो जाएगा. 26, so this C will be the 24. All right. So I am reaching my answer D by this case. But I will tell you another approach also in this reversing of the letters. That one thing is manually you are counting the letters, है ना, manually count करके आपने निकाला. But there is a way of writing in the inverse letter questions. That if I start my ABC, so there are 26 letters, है ना, 26 letter होते हैं. So I will divide my letters into two pairs, 13, 13. 13 in the first row and 13 in the second row. But the second row मुझे रिवर्स में लिखनी है, ठीक है. इसका क्या मतलब है, दैट इफ आई एम राइटिंग A B C D एंड सो ऑन, तो 13th कौन सा हो जाएगा, J तक 10 होता है ना, तो M K L M विद दी 13th, ये 13th होगा. काउंट करके भी देख सकते हो, ऐसे नंबरिंग करोगे ना, तो यहाँ पे 13th आ जाएगा. अब 13 आपने फर्स्ट रो में लिख दिए, ओके. अब नेक्स्ट रो में रिवर्स में लिखोगे, मतलब यू विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर, NOP Q R S T U V W X Y Z, ऐसे लिखना है इसको. So now you have written this. So what you are getting here is, अब लॉजिकली देखो, ये ए क्या है, फर्स्ट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, एंड दिस इज फर्स्ट फ्रॉम द लास्ट, तो ये क्या बन गया, रिवर्स लेटर्स का पेयर बन गया ना. बी इज सेकंड फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, वाई इज सेकंड फ्रॉम द लास्ट, सो दिस इज रिवर्स. दैट इज ना, रिवर्स से आपको सेकंड देखना है तो वाई है, फ्रंट से बी है. or I can say M is 13th from the beginning and N will be the 13th from the last, है ना, अपने 13th लेटर लिखे ऐसे, तो ये N 13th हो गया, तो ये पेयर हो गया. So if I want to check now for GIZXV, so G के corresponding T आ रहा है, so that is again giving me the same answer, or I will cross check with some other letters also, like second ले लो इसका, I के corresponding आ रहे हैं, V देख लो ना, V कहाँ पे है, V is here, V is here, V corresponding reverse letter होता है E. तो ये सारे pairs हैं reverse letters. Okay, X के देखोगे ना, X is here, X is C, so I'm getting the this conclusion here. Okay, in examination just 1-2 spots, okay, not whole you have to decode, because you have to save your time in the examination hall. Okay, so this this becomes easy, but ये कभी लगेगा जब आपका inverse हो रहे हैं letters. Okay, not in the normal case. So let's take some other problem now. 44th problem, if you see, now this is a question, if you see carefully, that is very, very easy question, because if you write what is given, traits is given, represented as USB JUT. So I'm clearly seeing, like after T U आता है ना, TU RS ABIJ TU ST, so they are just the next letter, है ना. अब bounce में भी देख सकते हो, the same pattern ना, B के बाद C, then है ना, bounce is also showing me the same thing only. So this kind of problem you can easily solve without even taking the pen, है ना. पेन भी उठाने की जरूरत नहीं है एग्जाम हॉल में, है ना. पेन उठा के टाइम भी वेस्ट करने में इसमें जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज यू सी, है ना, जस्ट ऑब्जर्व द प्रॉब्लम without even writing the T के बाद U आ रहा है, R के बाद S आ रहा है, and bounce also B C then E, last letter bounce का E है, and there is in CPO DF, so I can now jump directly from this, है ना. तो अब पहले से ही करना शुरू करोगे, रिदम का R ही डिकोड करोगे, तो you are getting the answer, but you always have to cross check with 1-2 more letters, like M, if I check from the last M and here it is N, है ना, or like suppose Y is here in rhythm, तो Y के बाद Z आता है, so this is C. So this is a 5-second problem, है ना. So now let's take some other problem. One more question of coding, like question number 46. Coding based problems are one of the favorite areas of APPSC. They ask 4-5 questions on coding. So let's see this question number 46. So what this question is saying, in coding problems, you will be given certain codes for certain letters, base words, and then you will be asked to decode another code. Na? Like here, they have been giving code for mirror as 4 and absentee as 6. So now you are asked to find the code for envelope. If you observe, these codes are very small in number. They are not very big numbers. No? And the answer is also a small number. So some simpler thing is happening here. So don't go for this kind of approach that A is 1, B is 2, and so M will be 13 and so on, because that will not give you a small number. So here some simpler thing is happening. What is that simpler thing? That is simple counting of something is happening. Then only a small number can come. That is, if we see unique letters. Unique letters means which are distinct, which are non-repeating. Means if I see mirror here, in mirror, R is repeating, so it will not be seen as 2 R's. We will see, or 3 R's, because there are 3 R's. We will only see unique or distinct R. So if we see the unique letters in mirror, one is M, one is I, one is R. This R is repeating, so I will not count, then I will count O. And in absentee, if we see, absentee has A, B, S, E, N, T. Now we will not count these E's because we have already counted E here. So now, if we count the unique letters in absentee, there are 6. No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there. And in mirror, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is satisfying my code. So my logic is fine. And I can now apply the logic for the envelope and see the number of unique letters that E and E. This E I have already seen, so I will see L, O, P. So I will not count this E again because we are seeing the distinct and non-repeating letters. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there. So my answer will be 6. Note that some people have applied a different logic also. Like they have simply done the simple counting. That how many letters are there. Like if I see for mirror, if I do simple counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 letters. And if I see absentee, there are again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. 8 are there. So now to obtain the code, because code for mirror is 4 and code for absentee is 6, that is given in the question. है ना? Question यही दिया है 4 and 6. So that can be easily obtained by subtraction. Subtraction से आ रहा है that if I subtract the same number, that is 2. But this logic is simpler. That is the first approach. So if something is getting solved by simple logic, we will not go for subtraction or something. Fine. And the answer should be consistent also. ना सेम आंसर आना चाहिए. अगर डिफरेंट आ रहा है तो आप प्रायोरिटी इस लॉजिक को दोगे, है ना. अगर इससे डिफरेंट आंसर आता तो आप इसको प्रायोरिटी देते. दैट इज फर्स्ट अप्रोच. Fine. And in case you are getting different answer, means your logic is flawed or the question is flawed. अगर क्वेश्चन में मिस्टेक होता है तो APPSC स्टार ऑप्शन देके ग्रेस मार्क्स दे देता है. Like they give you star. Like if you see this answer explanations, they have given star for some questions. And in some questions, there are multiple options also. है ना? Multiple options भी true हो सकते हैं. Like if you see, है ना, certain questions are given more than one option also. Fine. So commission also make mistakes in questions. So all the questions are not perfect in the examination hall. So coming back to the PDF, let's take a different type of question. Question number 47. So this is the question number 47. So I'm enlarging it because we can solve it from the question statement without rewriting the same things. Everything is in the question itself. So what this kind of coding means, long sentences are given, but it is very easy. Here some code is given for a complete sentence. Earlier we have seen words. एक ही word था जिसमें letters थे, but यहाँ पे complete sentence है. Fine. In these kind of questions, it doesn't mean that Mao is pigeon, bot is dead and knock is dead. Fine. Otherwise, फिर तो question कुछ रहेगा ही नहीं. You can easily tell what this word is standing for, that Mao. It may or may not be in the order. है ना? So that is a thing which is implicit. है ना? It is not clearly mentioned here. है ना? यहाँ पे ऐसा लिखा नहीं है कि it is not in order, but it is common sense. Otherwise, there is no meaning of the coding. So that is implicit, means hidden in the statement itself. Okay. So let me clear the annotations. So coming back to here. So this 3-word sentence is pigeon is dead, but we don't know the order. Now, what is pigeon here? What is dead here? What is it is here? That we don't know. Then another statement, another statement, another statement. So a lot of statements are given. So how we should approach this kind of question? Here you have to find common thing, common and unique in two sentences. In two sentences, what is common and unique word? So that will give us the code for that word. What does that mean? Like suppose this sentence is pigeon is dead enough. pigeon is dead, we don't know what is, है ना, माओ बॉट, वो नहीं हमें पता है. But where the pigeon is coming again? Pigeon is not coming again in any sentence, है ना. Pigeon is not coming. Is coming is in any sentence? Yes, is coming in this sentence. And in these two sentences, only is common. है ना. Ship and dead is not common. Ship is not in first sentence, and dead is not in the second sentence. Similarly, sinking is not in first sentence, and pigeon is not in second sentence. So only is common. So means in these two sentences, what is common is. So what is common here? You are clearly seeing bot. Bot is common. But has it given us the answer? No, because we have to find the code for pigeon. ठीक है, pigeon तो कहीं पे आ नहीं रहा, फिर कैसे पता लगेगा भाई? एलिमिनेशन, है ना. दैट इन दिस सेंटेंस, if we decode what is what is dead, then we automatically get what is pigeon. So now see, focus on the dead. ठीक है, अब dead पे focus करो, ये वाला word. ठीक है, I'm again clearing the annotations so you can clear picture. So now we have found out that bot is for is, है ना, ये तो हमें पता कर लिया. So now see, if this dead word is common in exactly two sentences with just, you know, one thing in common, like if I see the first and the fourth sentence, here only dead word is common, है ना. Is तो नहीं common है because it is isn't and not is, and pigeon is also not common because it is she here. So it means in these two sentences, what is common is the dead. So we can see here that the word knock is common, है ना. Knock is common in the first and the fourth sentence that we are seeing. So boat is ये हमें पहले पता लग गया, knock is dead. Okay, so in these two sentences, ये भी हमें पता लग गया, ये भी हमें पता लग गया. So what is left is our answer, that is pigeon is mouth. Okay, so that is very easy kind of question where you don't have to even write anything, है ना. आप बस कॉमन जो है उसका देख के कि कौन सा वर्ड है उसको लिखते जाओ बस, and you will get the answer. Okay, easy, very easy question. So let's move to some other problem now. So coming back to the exam PDF, we have now here I'm seeing some of the coding based questions. So let's see this question number 69. And there are these similar questions here, which are very easy questions. So I will also take the question number 74 because it will give you a warm up for the next kind of logic. So this is very easy problem. So what this question is saying, the language is simple. First letter is replaced by its position in the English alphabet. Second letter by the next number, मतलब नंबर वाली पोजीशन ए की फर्स्ट होती है ना. फ्रॉम वेयर काउंटिंग स्टार्ट्स, बी इज सेकंड, सी इज थर्ड एंड सो ऑन. वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. लाइक जेड इज 26th. सो नाउ बाय दिस लॉजिक टेल मी व्हाट दी मेज विल बी. ए तो इसमें फर्स्ट होता है, सबको पता है ना. जेड 26 हो गया, ई फिफ्थ हो गया, बस एम का केयरफुली चेक करना है. सो एम वी हैव सीन इन जस्ट two questions, na, 1-2 questions back, that it is the 13th. Why? Because if you write ABC, ABC, J is the 10th. So K, L, M, if you count 11, 12, 13, M is the 13th position. So 13, 1, 2, 26, 5. That is coming in the A option. Na? A option mein aa raha hai. Very easy question. So coming back to here, now we can see question number 69. ठीक है, question number 69. अभी language इस question की is similar to the earlier question, but here you have to be aware of numbers conceptually also. Like knowledge of some other topic is also involved in this question. Let's see how. So that is why coding questions can be very diverse. It is saying A to Z are numbered from 1 to 26. Simple, सीधा ही दे दिया है. Directly it is given. Then it is saying HG is 113 and AE is 26. So first of all, try to see the position. What is the position of these letters? A की first होती है ना. A is the first, E is the fifth. So H कितना होता है? E तक fifth हो गया. E F G H है ना? E F G H. This is fifth. So H G will be seventh and H will be the eighth. So this is seventh and this is eighth. Now how these numbers are coming? है ना? First of all, see, this is a big number 113. 87 है ना? 87 directly नहीं है ये. Means some mathematical operation is involved. So this question is basically about finding the which mathematical operation is involved here. Mathematical operation आप समझ गए हो ना? Like these are all mathematical operation, plus, minus, multiplication, division, squares, cubes, factorial. These are all mathematical operations. So you have to see in how this and any of these operations is applying here. तो यहाँ पे 26 हुआ है, ऐड करके तो नहीं हो सकता ना, मल्टीप्लाई करके हो सकता है ना, बिकॉज दीज आर वेरी स्मॉल नंबर्स. एंड हियर ऑल्सो इट इज नॉट बाई इवन मल्टीप्लीकेशन. सो इफ द बिग नंबर इज कमिंग ना, एडिशन वगैरह से तो वैसे ही नहीं आएगा, एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन से. वो मल्टीप्लीकेशन से आ सकता है या फिर हायर ऑपरेशंस लाइक स्क्वायर्स, क्यूब्स और फैक्टोरियल. सो इफ वी सी मल्टीप्लीकेशन इज ऑल्सो नॉट हैपनिंग है ना, मल्टीप्लीकेशन से भी नहीं आया, 8 into 7 तो नहीं है ये. सो समथिंग else is taking place. Is it about squares? So for that you need the knowledge of squares, है ना. knowledge of squares है तो आप quickly कर लोगे इसको. 864 होता है, 7 square is 49. So if I add this, I'm exactly getting this number, that is 113. तो यहाँ पे भी AE के लिए भी देख लो चाहे. A is 1 square plus 5 square for E is, अब कितना कितना होता है स्क्वायर? 1 का 1 होता है, 5 का स्क्वायर 25 होता है. So 1 plus 25 is giving me 26. So are you getting the operation? है ना? So that is easy. So now you can tell for CE also that C is the third position. C square plus E square करना है. E is the fifth position. इन दोनों को ऐड कर दो. 3 square plus 5 square. That is 9 plus 25. That is 34. All right. So not very tough, but you should know ना, it will be sometimes squares, cubes, and sometimes complex operation है ना. ये भी याद रखना, कभी कभी कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑपरेशंस भी हो सकते हैं, फिर ज़्यादा ट्रिकी हो जाएगा क्वेश्चन, डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा फिर. कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑपरेशंस मीन्स मिक्सचर ऑफ ऑपरेशंस, दैट मल्टीप्लिकेशन होने के बाद कोई नंबर ऐड हो रहा है, +5 और समथिंग, और सब्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है लाइक माइनस सम वाई. Two things are taking place, that is multiplication or square, or then addition subtraction is also taking place. Then it becomes complex operation, है ना. फिर डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा क्वेश्चन. बट नाउ यू आर गेटिंग द बेस, conceptual base, that different things can happen in coding based questions. There is not a single way of doing them. So है ना, practice at least all the previous year questions, and है ना, more questions if you want to practice with me, that is also possible. So I will now move to some other question. So coming back to the PDF. So we have discussed almost all the questions, and this one is left. अब ये बहुत easy question है. So in examination you should have an eye for identifying such very easy questions. Very easy means you can solve it in few seconds like GS. So can you solve this in few seconds? What the question is saying, that 5 is represented by A, 4 by B. डायरेक्ट आपको दिया हुआ है. 5 का मीनिंग A है, तो इसको अब मुझे बताने की ज़रूरत है. अब आपको बताना है कि 2 3 4 1 क्या है. तो देख लो इसमें से, है ना. 2 इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाई D, तो D. 3 is represented by C, and then 4 is represented by B, and 1 is represented by E. So this is the option, है ना. Even without using the pen you can solve this question. All right, by this we have completed our discussion of coding based questions, and we will take some other topic. You can also suggest me the topic you want. Okay guys, thanks